Hey everyone, welcome back. We're going to be playing some random decks today, but we're going to be starting with Nightfall. With the new expansion coming this week, I thought it might be fun to test some random decks that I don't expect to necessarily get nerfed very hard. For example, Samira Seraphine, things like that are probably going to get nerfed. So I wanted to try some other decks that might be good after the new expansion, because I probably won't be playing these decks right away because I'll be playing the new cards. But once the meta settles, I think it'll be nice to have some experience on some other decks that we might be able to sneak in a few wins with. Specifically, Nightfall has always been one of my favorite decks. I think it has a lot of potential. Like, in theory, I love it so much as the counter meta pick right now. You have like some fearsome blockers to help push some damage against other aggro decks. You have lots of healing to help against aggro decks. You have lots of like evasion. You have Overwhelm with the Winding Light. You have Elusive with Cygnus the Moonstalker, and Crescent Guardian's another pretty big creature for opponents to deal with. Two Lunari Shadestalkers. You have a lot of ways to like win the game that your opponent just, like, it's hard for them to deal with other than just straight up killing your units. But you can kind of generate so much value from, giving all your other allies Overwhelm that the Winding Light's just this huge 6/5 they have to deal with now too, and the Overwhelm and everybody else. So I thought it'd be interesting to give it a try. Doom Beast obviously has so much healing in the deck. I'm really excited to give it a try, see how it does. I don't expect it to be incredible, but we're here just a few days before the new expansion, so I thought it'd be fun to try some off-meta decks and see how they can perform. Otherwise, I was thinking maybe later we could play some Fiora Shen. That might be fun. Yeah, like this is probably a tough matchup. I imagine a lot of our games are going to go like this, where it's like, oof, tough matchup. Oh my gosh, though. I'm literally just so happy looking at the screen. I love these cards so much. This is literally like a handful of just like my favorite cards in the game. I love this. Okay. I'm definitely going to keep Soldier. I was just more pinging it out as an artwork. Sorry. Probably can pitch Cygnus and Lunari Shadestalker. I do kind of like Lunari Shadestalker as a way to stop Nora. But I'd love to find our one drop, Lunari Duskbringer. That'd probably be our best draw here. I will play Solari Soldier. I do want to get on board. Like, obviously we're losing like a +1/+1 buff here. But the odds of us drawing another one drop aren't incredibly high. I was thinking maybe I could go like this instead. So now we have a good way to threaten Nora. Just to like kind of awkward, make them spend resources on our 2-drop in order just to let their Nora get through. But then we can come back with Diana challenging. Alright, that's some good damage. I can just play Diana flat here. And the next turn, ooh, that's really good too. I have to be a little careful of Death Lotus. I will play Diana. She's probably going to die. They have so much removal in their deck. But if she dies, we're sticking Crescent Guardian for at least one attack, which pushes more immediate damage. It's more just the variety of cheap threats, right? We're not going to set up too many huge threats until later in the game. But Crescent Guardian on a 3-drop is pretty decent in this matchup, I feel, when they don't have a ton of great blockers. We are playing so far without any 1 health units being available to our opponent to like ping off with a Poke Stick or a Death Lotus. Obviously, how come I don't block the 2/1 with the 2/2? Because there's a chance we draw Unspeakable Horror, but you're right, I probably should have just blocked it. We also have Twilight Protector in our deck that could buff him up to a 3/3 for the turn. But yeah, I probably could have just taken that trade. And if they take the positive trade here, they're taking a ton of damage, so I think we're fine for that. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe in hindsight, I probably would have just taken the block. Because the odds of me even wanting to play Twilight Protector this turn. Alright, now our opponent's already in the danger zone. I even have the new champion hand. Yeah. I thought that was clever. I was like, what the heck are they talking about? Ooh, that's a pretty good draw. I'll probably only develop Twilight Protector here. Oh, that's so slow though. That's actually a fantastic hit. Now I'll block with this guy. He dies to Death Lotus anyways. Because he doesn't get the level up from like the fearsome effect. Oh, other allies do have fearsome. So maybe in that case I do just let this go. Because we can just open attack in next turn. I don't know if that's very good. I think I'll want to develop because we can go Soldier, Stygian Onlooker plus Twilight Protector next turn. But again, he'll have fearsome. So I'll just pass. Alright, our opponent's six mana in hand. Ooh, that's actually a really good draw too. So we can go Stygian Onlooker plus Nocturne plus second Nocturne if we need to this turn. But hopefully the idea is these guys won't be able to block anyways. I love the artwork on this card. I love like the blues, like the nice purpley blues of like the Targon cards. Pirouette's a really good card. Obviously, they could have another to ping off Stygian Onlooker. But I think we probably get there. I'm going to play this anyways. Now, with 4 mana, I think we're going to at least stick our elusive hitting. Unless they use like a flock. I don't know. At least one of our units will hit this turn, surely, right? If they let Nocturne attack... No, because his attack, his other allies have fearsome. Doesn't mean it doesn't trigger only when he's attacking. All right, good game. Pretty cool round there. I thought that was Stygian Onlooker isn't a bird. Maybe they'll change that for the new once the new expansion comes out as like an adjustment. Because surely he's a bird, right? We're pretty much playing. We have 3 birdies here, another 3 birds here. Another bird here. We're almost playing bird tribal. Samira Seraphine. Alright. I'm not confident this one's going to go well at all. We can try to get tricky. Play the own Samira challenger trick. But with Diana. Just like the worst Samira. Alright, I love Duskbringer on 1. That's so good for us.
They forced us to choose death or the blade. It's our time.
And the good thing about this matchup, actually, a lot of aggro decks, it feels really sad if you have to pass on turn 2. But it's okay for us, because it just like sets us up to actually use mana to activate our Nightfall abilities on turn 2 pretty comfortably.
Take the shot or lose the chance.
Yeah, like right now. I'll just pass. Next turn, we can go Dusk Petal Dusk plus Twilight Protector for leaving up 2 mana, and then just play Diana afterwards.
No problem.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Now, do I want to give him +1/+1 this round? I guess so, right? Because it doesn't matter if we use this second or right beforehand. Because making him a 3 power unit, I think, or 3 health unit, I think is more important. Ooh, could we go Twilight Protector? We can't keep up all 3 of Twilight Protector, Diana, and Pale Cascade. So I think I'm just gonna go Twilight Protector plus Diana, right? Because if they have Aftershock, Diana dies anyway. But if it's Mystic Shot or High Note, why didn't he attack? I think he wanted to hold me hostage so I didn't develop my Diana or something important on turn 2. He just like kept up the threat of the challenge. I think I'll just get Twilight Protector on board.
We will be free. By the moon's crescent blade.
Okay. I don't know if that's a play to really flaunt. Like, it's just a Mystic Shot. That's pretty common play. Like, I kind of obviously walked in that knowing like we weren't keeping up Pale Cascade, but like that was a risk I was willing to take there. I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty normal line of play there to just go Mystic Shot on Diana. I don't think it's worth it to use Pale Cascade here. Honestly, I kind of want to use this right now. But I don't think it matters. I don't think we'd get anything. Glad to see you start shooting in. Thank you, Kato Universe. I appreciate it. I'm excited too. I'm really enjoying it lately. Yeah, this kind of sucks. Our hand didn't work out quite great. Pale Cascade, Winding Light. I'll take my attack. This is literally one of my favorite cards in all of card games. Top deck Diana. Yeah, that'd have been really good. I think at this point we're too slow. Like, this game I think is already over. On like turn 5, our hand is already kind of clunky and we're not doing anything. And they're leveling Samira. They're gonna have Plaza Guardians for dirt cheap. I think we're kind of out of it at this point. I think this matchup can potentially go well if our curve is a little bit more aggressive. So maybe I should have gone into the turn 2-3 phase, really prioritizing Diana to like keep her alive with Pale Cascade, rather than just like trying to sneak out, because they almost certainly are going to have the answer there. Honestly, I think I'd rather just get a 3/3 on board. And start creating some card advantage here. Because they use the flare, so they can't kill it for free. And now I'm just trying to like use my mana, create some new cards. Yeah, like this is actually kind of interesting. Try to create some late game. I don't know if that'll be enough, but... Diana, hello. Next turn we can set up a Winding Light play. I think I just played Moondreamer here. Flat. And then Pale Case will be activated. A 3/6 blocker. Warrior seems actually kind of interesting here. But I'm probably just going to go Serpent into Winding Light next turn, right? Keep up a Pale Cascade afterwards. That seems fine. Celestial Reptile. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I think we're kind of dead, to be honest. Because these guys are going to have 6 health. Even with the Nightfall buffs, our guys won't even be able to kill it. Unless we use RPL Cascades. A little tough. Obviously, Seraphine's Mira is considerably better deck at the moment, so we're going to need a lot of things to go our way to pull it out the win, I think. But I would like to redo my mulligan and that turn 2, turn 3 phase. I think that would make a pretty big difference. Probably the only Targonian reptile, yeah. Oh, wait. And are they going to rally this turn? They'll at least rally next turn. At this point, I'm desperate. We need to pull out everything we can. I'm going to try to sneak the Pale Cascade kill here. Oh shoot, yeah, that's bad. Yeah, this game is pretty over, I believe. I don't know if we should scoop it up yet, but it's not looking great. There's a card from Magic the Gathering I really want to play, but it just doesn't seem good. I'll put it up on the next screen after this game. Oh yeah, they just rally. Cool. Good game. Alright, let's see if I can pull this up real quick. Okay, it's called Haka the Whispering Raven. And so you can play this, it's a 2-sided card. You can play it as like the 5-mana Alrond, God of the Cosmos card. Or you can play it as a 2-mana bird on the back. 2-mana, 2/3, flying. Whenever Haka Whispering Raven deals combat damage to a player, return it to hand, then scry 2. Flying is like elusive, yeah. But the thing is, in Magic, your creatures have this thing called Summoning Sickness, so they can't attack the turn they're played, so you'd have to wait like till your next attack round. It's like with the Flight, right? It's just like a nice 1-mana draw that turn. But in Magic, this guy, you play him, you have to wait a turn for him to attack. And then the only upside is like he goes back to your hand rather than shuffling into your deck to like quote unquote break your jaw. But you only scry 2, which means you get to look at the top 2 cards of your deck and determine if you want to keep those on top or bottom of your library. But you don't actually draw anything from him hitting the opponent. And so it just seems so slow. Because on turn 2, you play him. Then you attack on turn 3, and he goes to your hand, and you only scry 2, so you have to wait until turn 4 to get that, like, quote-unquote card advantage looking going. Bola. But it's such a cool card. I have a foil version of it. It's so pretty. But I can never convince myself to actually put it in a deck, because it just seems so slow. Obviously, the upside is you can play it as a 2-mana creature. He hits your opponent, and he returns to your hand. So then you can play the card as the 5-mana creature on front. So it kind of like scales up really well. But it just seems so slow, but I want to play it so bad. It's such a pretty card. Sorry, I wanted to go on that rant about Haka the Whispering Raven for like literally ever since I started streaming. But it's one of those things, I don't go to tournaments and stuff. So part of me is just like, bro, throw it in a stupid deck. Like, I play casually at home with my dad. I like playing competitive-ish decks, where I'll have like 80% of the deck will be like the meta deck, and then the rest of the 20% of the deck will just be my favorite pet cards. So I'm like, just put it in there. It's a cool card. It has some fun upside. But I can never convince myself to do it. Onto Dusk plus Winding Light is such an awesome combo. I'm having so much fun. I'm loving this deck. We kind of got roasted in the last game, but... I think I'll pass here and just use our Slaughter Soldier. Well, that changes things. Do I just throw out a Stygian Onlooker as a chump blocker here and the next turn go Slaughter Soldier plus Stygian Onlooker? I feel like that's a little poor. But we're just trading 1-drop for 1-drop essentially. And I think we come out on top with a better turn on turn 2. My only experience with MTG was playing it at lunch using the teacher's deck once. Yeah. I kind of got into it in a similar way. I found it online, watching some cool videos. And so I got a starter deck and I ended up playing with some friends at lunch when most of us had no idea how to actually play the game. And it took me a few years to really get into it because it was like none of my really close friends play. I only have like these starter decks. I want to collect more, but anytime I get cards, I never use them for anything. So it took me from like 2016 until 2018 was when I really got into it. 2018, 2019, and then it's like been my main hobby since then. Although I think I've told that story probably a few times before. I'll probably just go flight next turn. The deck you gave me had a weak flying bird and the opponent had no answer for it. Maybe I'll play flight here to activate Pale Cascade in case they take the attack here. Ooh. Decisions. We have so many options we could go here. Unspeakable Horror just to kill the Legion Saboteur. Pale Cascade. I'm thinking Pale Cascade to kill Ballistic Bot or the Birdie. Oh, well that makes it so much easier for me. I wanted some easy way to activate Diana next turn, but I think this is totally fine for us. Because we can go Diana, and when you activate Nightfall, give her Challenger, so we can use Pale Cascade as like the retroactive way to give her Challenger. Could save the drain for killing the bird. I was thinking that too. But I thought that attack was a little strange. I guess they didn't want to put like their Ballistic Bot down to 2 and have me trade with the Solari Soldier. Diana always dies to Mystic Shot, but only a Mystic Shot will keep her alive with the Pale Cascade. But why attack with the bird then? Yeah, that was a really weird attack. I don't know if that was a good attack from our opponent. I guess they could have survival skills if they play something like Javen. I'm definitely going to take this attack. I don't know if I'm all that sad if they use Get Excited here. Blowback. Ooh, they have Shock Blast in hand? Interesting. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know what to be scared of here. I think I'm honestly just okay with passing for now. I mean, I guess I'll get Flight down. I'll get Flight down. Flight plus Doom Beast. I don't really want to run into a Samira. I'm really curious about whether or not we should develop more this turn. Next turn we'll have 6 mana. We can go Flight, Onlooker, and Doom Beast. And keep up Pale Cascade. Like, that seems like a really good turn. Because especially if they don't develop anything else for the rest of this turn. He only has 3 cards. Okay, I didn't want to run into that. If they take the attack, then I just get to develop my stuff for free afterwards. If they pass the turn, we can develop next turn. This is why I'm not Masters, too greedy. Yeah, I don't know. I've just been so traumatized lately by all my weak creatures just getting absolutely obliterated by Samira. I'm like, I really don't want to take the risk. Because I don't think right now we're in a position where we're desperate to develop on that turn. I'm a little worried about Death Lotus. So we'll have Pale Cascade to protect one of our units. Okay, that's interesting. Do we win the game if we go... No, because we only have 1 Fearsome Blocker, so it won't matter if we silence 2 of these other guys. I'm really worried about Caustic Rift or... Death Lotus. I think I'll just keep my other Flight in hand since I know I can only protect 1. And I think I take this attack with these 2 guys because either they offer me trades or they just die for free next turn to Samira. So I'm just gonna take tech. They don't run Caustic Rift. They ran Shock Blast, so I'm like very curious what the heck is going on here. I think I'm pretty happy with this. Ooh, that's actually a really good draw. That puts them down to 1, essentially. So now we win with another Unto Dusk or a Unspeakable Horror. They have deal 1 stun though. Oh, Pirouette. Yeah. That's a good card too. I definitely need to be worried about that. They're down to 1 card. We have 1 elusive threat. We have 2 elusive threats. We have a silence. Okay, good game. Very cool. I don't know. Nightfall against other like semi-aggressive decks, any kind of like PNZ or Noxus deck, I find so fascinating. Ugh, this one's not a good one though. They just go so fast with their like interactive combo. I don't think we can kill them quite fast enough. We don't have any way to kill their Rumble or Vayne. Like, this is kind of just... If they get Rumble Cataclysm, we kind of just die. I don't know. I don't know if... I'm generally not even sure how we approach this. Cygnus is a nice top end to go around Rumble on the ground, but I don't think it'll be enough. Birdie. That's interesting. We can get lots of Stygian onlookers going.
No more mud for me. No way.
That's fine. I'm pretty happy to just kill that guy with Diana next turn. So this turn I'll go Flight. Next turn we'll have 3 mana plus 1 spell mana. So we can go Diana plus Stygian Onlooker. I guess it seems fine. They could also run Pirouette. That'd be a curious one. It'd be pretty good against our deck. Oh, what the heck am I doing? I completely forgot this guy had Challenger. That was a punt. Oh my gosh, sorry. I totally meant to... Big brain fart, my bad. Ephemeral Flight recalls before it dies. It recalls on Nexus Strike. That was just a punt. That was my bad. Oh gosh, that was so bad. Because I wanted to kill it with Diana next turn. For some reason I completely forgot it even had Challenger. That was my bad. I'm sorry. I'll play the Flight first. It's still a 1 mana unit for 1 mana unit trade. But that was stupid. I really needed to keep him alive to try to push some Nexus damage to try to finish off the game before they hit like crazy Rumble combo turns. That was just bad.
Those who kill innocents are no more than fiends.
Alright, well Diana doesn't do much here. So I might just try to get aggressive with double onlooker. Poor Flight. Took one for the team. Unfortunate. Interesting. I'm a little surprised they took that. Okay, can we kill them next turn? We'll have Moonlight Affliction. Or Cygnus to try to deal some final damage. What if we go Duskbringer, Duskbringer, Diana? We'll go Duskbringer, Duskbringer, Diana. We'll have 3 2/2s to attack with. We can silence Vayne, pull Rumble with Diana. So we deal 6 damage, you put them down to 2. Or we can go Duskbringer Diana. She'll become 3 out of 4. She'll level up on Cygnus's attack, or on Cygnus's play. But that loses to Cataclysm.
They forced us to choose death or the blade.
If we're going for the Cygnus play, I'm going to chump block here because it kind of lets us survive an extra turn potential in the long run while Rumble doesn't have
We will resist.
Overwhelm. Ooh, well, hold on a second. Now we could chump block here and put Vayne into range to die to Diana. But I don't know if I want. I think I need to go for the kill in the air, right? I guess they could have several strikes. So maybe. I'm just gonna try to go wide on the ground as much as I can here. Maybe this is kind of whatever. But I think it might be worth it to chump block here because it can extend our life by like an entire turn with our elusives with Cygnus and the fight and everything.
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared.
Find your own light within the darkness.
Yours is a light I cherish, Moon Sister.
Moon Sister. So we can deal 3.
Temperamental as moonlight.
I'll play this first because if they play Cataclysm, I want to play on elusive, give an ally elusive after they've used Cataclysm. It's like right now if they use Cataclysm on Diana, hopefully we can give another unit elusive and keep it alive. The 29th they graduate, help. Okay, this is interesting. I think we just die if they have Cataclysm. I guess we kind of just have to hope they don't have it right. Well, congratulations on graduating. Only 2 more days. You can make it through that, right? I'll play Cygnus here because Diana can kill 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we have to give it to Diana or else we don't have lethal. We just have to hope they don't have a strike spell or Cataclysm. There's not much else we can do.
And follow no false light.
What a dope animation. That sound is so satisfying too. I have war flashbacks and I've never lived in that era. Turn 5. This is a crazy game. Turn 5, either we win or we lose. Like, kind of Xaxes. Pretty crazy game. Yeah, definitely a good game. Single combat does it. And I don't think we have any way of interacting with Rumble next turn. Because we don't run 2 copies of Moonlight Affliction and we wouldn't have the mana anyways.
My patience.
Hey, Bubblefish, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. What do I think about the new cards? Oh my goodness, I am so excited. I think the expansion looks dope. I'm a little curious which cards are going to be like really, really good. Like I saw Aikido made a tweet about like the Sump landmark going to be like one of the best cards in the game over the next year because there are so many games just like ours right now where we have exact lethal damage and instead they just get puff caps in their deck and then they kill you the next turn. Things like that. I think let's go, baby. What a game. Yeah, kind of like an unkillable Nexus. Like you just have to like, it kind of gives P and Z control decks another way to prolong the game. Which I'm a little worried about because one of the things I don't like about the control decks is that they just feel inevitable. Like there's a certain point. Yeah, just run counter Teemo decks all the time. So many control decks feel uncounterable once they get to a certain point. Like when you stick leveled Seraphine Samira, you just get a butt ton of Positive Gardens. You kind of just like feel like you can't do much. They just rally every turn. All their spells are doubled. Set Karma just gets to turn 10. They just win the game. I don't like that feeling of like uncounterability once it hits like a certain point. Although like I understand, obviously I want control decks to be stronger than late game. But it does kind of feel like that Sump Monument might just make the decks to the point where interesting. I think I'm going to pitch these 2. But we could go Duskbringer into Diana on turn 2. And then keep fading memories as a 0 mana trigger to activate Nightfall to try to protect Diana, but I don't think that's worth it. So I think that's an interesting card. I'm excited to see how it plays out. I don't know how good it'll be, but it'll be interesting to see. I think
Only a fool would enter battle
the bush that transforms to counter all the spells, like kind of like a burst speed counterspell type thing on the unit. I think that card looks really good. But I'm really excited for Nico. I love Nico in League of Legends. She's one of my favorite characters. I don't think I play Diana. We ran into this last game against the Samira Seraphine deck where we didn't have any way to protect her and it kind of looked like it bit us in the butt pretty bad. So I'll probably play her an extra turn. I'm only hyped about Sacred Shears. I think that yeah, I was really excited about that one too. I love hollow decks. I thought that card looked like a really, really nice role player. I don't know if it'll be like broken, but it seems very, very playable like in the competitive decks. I'm running a Gwen Fizz deck that's popping off in Diamond with Sacred Shears I can get to Masters. Yeah, it seems really good because there's so many times when, yeah, you want to give it to like a new, you want to give that hallowed threat to another unit. And just like being able to spread out, because like in the late game, hallowed gets nasty. Like once you have 7 hallowed triggers and you attack with the 2/1 ephemeral in the first slot, make it a 9/1. And you also attack with Fizz as another hallowed unit and Gwen is getting the drain. Like that's pretty nasty. Like it gets pretty big. Or like Aurelia decks, the Aurelia hollowed decks, with like the blades getting buffed, and then you can go for your normal attack with 3 units getting buffed as well, Aurelia, Gwen, and some other unit. I think that sounds really interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I love like the artwork theme for the Nidalee and Nico decks. I think it seems like a lot of fun. I'll look up some of the other ones. I think that even just some of the random
their scent travels on the
Demacia cards I think look awesome. Let's see here, new cards. Freljord got some dope cards. I don't know. I think it looks like a super sick expansion overall. I love Shapesplitter. I think that seems like a really interesting card for the Nico decks. Create an exact ephemeral copy of an ally, then swap them. I think that sounds awesome. I'm a little worried about playing Doombeast, getting blocked into Caustic Rift. So I'll probably just take my attack here. And do I want to attack with the rest? I don't think so, because we have Winding Light coming up. Turn 4, turn 5, turn 6. So we'd have to find another Duskbringer. I guess we could use this next turn. I don't know if I'm supposed to play this slow or not. I think I'm going to have to try to play this for the overwhelmed combo kill. I will try to fight this, because we're cycling our cards anyways, and if we can try to drain our opponent's hand, I think that's pretty useful. Especially if it forces other removal out so they can't trim down our board if we try to set up a Winding Light. Wow! Oh, that's so greedy. Unfortunate. I think they should have started with... No, I guess that doesn't matter. Interesting. Alright. I'm not sure about some of the ambush cards. Like, it doesn't look like my favorite package. But it does seem fun. And I do like I don't know if I'm really gonna care about, like, Big Game Tycoon or Towering Pyrophant, I think, is another fun artwork, but like, I don't know, it doesn't seem incredible. But like, Avenging Vastaya looks awesome. Ravenborn Tome looks interesting too. I think, okay, yeah, some like the Demacia cards, like Mage Seeker Jr., I think is like an actual interesting card that can impact the game besides Stony Suppressor. Scrutinizing Sergeant, I think, would be awesome to test in a few Demacia decks. Junior Magekeeper just throws off Seraphine, yeah. I used Brewer Leader and Faded Memories on Brewer Leader. I can make attack phase 3 times in a row with 5 consecrated. Yeah, pretty nasty. This is a nasty card. how do we do this? We don't have any easy ways to trigger our cards next turn. Maybe I just pick off one of their cheap little dudes for now. I'd like to get Moonlit Glenkeeper down next turn. Again, it just feels like all of our cards that kill Samira are so easy for their deck to counter. Like, Diana's pretty easy for them to kill. Even, like, the Glenkeeper dies to, like, Costagriff. Ooh, that's pretty interesting. Ooh. I guess I could go Fading Memories first. And then play both of our 3-drops. Is that really all that good? We could actually go Unto Dusk on a Glenkeeper. But yeah, I like some of the spider cards, like Necrotic Arachnoid, I think are interesting. I think Max isn't here. Max is usually in the chat. We were talking about a different deck yesterday. What was it? Let me check real quick. Nico Noxus. Yeah, we were talking about Nico Noxus spiders. Because of the subtypes. Instead, you don't need to play Iceborne Legacy to buff up just your 1/1 spiders. You can play like a spider aggro, and Nico can buff them all up, and you can use useful units instead of being forced into this little like narrow spider archetype. Like Nico fills that role of Iceborne Legacy almost, with a much bigger like elusive threat of her own. I think it could be interesting to investigate. This guy's 3 mana. So we can try to kill either. Pirouette would be good here. I like Rejuvenating Breeze. I love the Ionian cards. Rejuvenating Breeze, 5 mana burst spell. Heal your Nexus 3 and draw 2. I think I mentioned this on my stream yesterday. I just hope it doesn't become just a Rise spell. Or like just a Karma spell. I think there's so many other cool Ionian decks to build. All-Seeing Oracle seems amazingly cool. I love that one too. Like totally mind gaming your opponent, like saving that specific card. Star-Crossed Lovers is another interesting one. In Targon, I'm not sure how much recall synergy you're going to go through, but recall an ally, grant it my stats. Like for example, if you have a faded unit, like your 1/1 faded unit on board, he's just too small. You don't have anything good in hand to like buff him up right away. And the opponent plays a Blighted Ravine, you can like recall it with Star-Crossed Lovers. Now when you play him again, he's a 3/3 already. Pretty interesting. Age of Dragons. How cool is that? I think that's a fascinating card. For the top 9 cards in your deck, draw each dragon and reduce their cost to 0 this round. That's fascinating. I'll get it with both my Fearsomes. These guys are dying anyways next turn. I'll keep this guy alive just in case they don't kill it next turn with like Samira. We can try to hit Winding Light. That's kind of funny. Oh, I guess they just get a free kill. Yeah, okay, that was my bad. I was distracted playing my new cards. I guess if I thought that through more, this is just a free attack or 3 block for Seraphine. Samira.
Is this your best?
I don't know. This matchup seems very hard, doesn't it? I don't think I played that optimally. But they have so many options, and they're all very efficient, cheap options usually. Like, for example, my problem with Samira Seraphine is Samira. I love Seraphine. But, like, rallying and doing all this crazy stuff with Samira, plus, like, the triple copies of Plaza Guardians, is a little crazy. And, like, she just kills everything. I don't know. Like, that's my problem with it. Otherwise, like, I enjoy the Seraphine style of control deck. I think it's fascinating and, like, very fun to play. But when it has, like, so many crazy combos sometimes, like, it feels like there's always such a good Seraphine deck.
Hope they're watching. Try to keep up.
I think I'll just play Cygnus, hope they can't rally. Is there a unit I really like that has Fury? Interesting. I'll look at the cards afterwards. Because I don't know too many off the top of my head that I really love besides Screeching Dragon. But that's mostly nostalgia. I don't even know if Screeching Dragon's an incredible card anymore. But because it was so good, like when I first started playing, it was like very interesting in Demacia decks. I still really enjoy seeing it, but I don't know if it's like even incredible. Because it's like a 4-mana challenger that does 4 damage. Why would you do that when you can do Samira for 2 mana to kill stuff? You know what I mean? It's interesting. Challenger Fury, yeah. Ah, shoot. Well, we still roast them with Winding Light. We at least try to get past that. But they probably just rally next turn, right? Like, we have 1 action. And if they burst speed rally, they just kill our stuff for free. I don't want to play 2 units. I don't want to play Onlooker plus Winding Light because it gives them too many actions before they can rally and just kill our stuff. I do think Aurelion Soul is obviously a cool card. He technically has Fury, but that's not, you know, really why you play Aurelion Soul. I enjoy the Inviolus Fox landmark for the Talia Malphite decks. That was pretty interesting. Okay, so we deal like no damage this turn, right?
Under cover of night. We won't be silenced.
We can still try to go for 1 more big elusive turn in the future. Oh, okay, never mind. We're kind of dead. Well, they're going to rally this turn. Or they have an attack here. Yeah. We're dead. I don't know, I'll be honest, this deck does not feel well equipped to beat Samira Seraphine. Yeah. Because then they just go Flare, Flare, Flare. They have 6 mana up, like, we're so dead. Man, I love Samira Seraphine. I just wish it wasn't quite so good. Because I hate complaining about decks being too good. But it's just like one of those things when you play the game so much and you run to the same deck over and over and over, and it just feels like it's such a tier above. Because like I don't think many people will disagree. It is a pretty good deck. It's like the most played and the highest win rate pretty much at the moment. Because I think Samira Seraphine is nowhere near as bad as previous metas. Like I'm okay with running Samira Seraphine and like pushing myself, see if I can try to outgame it. But it definitely feels like you're running into it unfavored. But I'm way happier playing against Samira Seraphine than like pre-nerf Kaisa. That was miserable. Like I stopped playing LOR for weeks just because of that, pretty much, until they patched it. But like Samira Seraphine, I enjoy. I love Seraphine. And I'm just like, okay, it's a little over the top, but it'll be nerfed soon. I don't know. Maybe I'm like silly and I'm not even like making any good points here. But I don't think it's as bad as it could be.
No more hiding.
Because Seraphine's already received so many nerfs in the past. I want her to still be playable.
They forced us to
I love getting double dust, petal dust. If we find our Winding Light, we can play it so early.
Sometimes you're the fish, sometimes you're the bait.
Find your own light within the darkness.
Yours is a light I cherish.
What if they made a Nightfall Dragon? How about that for a card?
Lunari, rise.
Face your heretic.
Alright, that went pretty well for us. That's like the exact kind of turn of why you play this deck, right? Diana kind of fills that Samira role, you know? Just being able to pick off so many early units, you get to push some damage. She's still a threat in the long run. Like, once she levels up, she can pretty much kill anything in their deck. Even, like, their bigger units, so... Dust Petal Dust plus Crescent Garden keeps up Pale Cascade. We probably won't need it this turn. But the next turn we go... Nocturne. Isn't there a Celestial Dragon with a Nightfall effect? Ooh, I'm not actually sure. I'll look afterwards. That's totally fine. I don't care about that. We're winning the damage race. I'm so happy to see that.
All beauty is transient. The full moon awakens the soul.
Diana will be leveled next turn if we use a Pale Cascade. Oh gosh, this is so good for us too. An ephemeral unit. I think this is looking really, really good for us. Eclipse Dragon. Yeah, Eclipse Dragon. That's a cool one. That's probably one of my favorite dragons. I like that a lot. Oh my gosh, playing Eclipse Dragon with Ravun on board is one of the most satisfying plays in the game. I love that so much. Yeah, what if we go Dust Petal Dusk plus 0 mana Onlooker? We'll have 5 mana up, so we plus the 2 spell mana. So we can go Nocturne plus Pale Cascade. So we'll go Stygian Onlooker first, see what they do. If they play a more threatening unit, we can give it vulnerable. Plus make this guy non-fearsome blocker. Okay, that's also interesting. But now we can keep up Pale Cascade, because Diana will level on Nocturne's trigger, and so then Pale Cascade could potentially give her a +3/+0 buff this round.
Find your path in the dark and follow no false light.
Oh, so good. I love that so much.
You can fix anything with anything. I'll prove it.
Well, these guys aren't even fearsome blockers. Do I even have to do anything here? I guess they could have catch. So I'll keep Pale Cascade up in case they have catch so we can protect our Nocturne.
It's our time.
I will be heard.
This deck is so cool. Alright, I'm hoping to have a nice long stream today. So after this game's over, I'm going to go to the bathroom and grab a drink real quick and I'll be right back. That was a pretty good game. That went so well for us. Alright, I'll be right back. Are we actually almost out of silver? I think so. Oh, not quite, not quite. We lost a few games. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I'm excited. I'm really enjoying this. I haven't played Nightfall in such a long time. And I do have a few quick questions as we jump into the next game. Would you guys want me to use a face cam? Because I've considered it before. Because sometimes I enjoy when my favorite content creators have webcams. But then other times I'm like, do people even like really care? Or they kind of just like the nice simplistic view of the game? And so I've been considering it because I don't want to get like an actual do a dream reveal. Severe save rate, it's everywhere. This season ends soon. Why aren't you guys playing fun stuff like me? I love Shadestalker. Not sure if it's really important here. I also dislike music, so take that as you will. Yeah, I don't usually like playing random background music in my videos too much. I feel like if you're the streamer, you don't have to choose the music for the person. Like they can put their own music on in the background if they want music. I think I'll pitch Shadestalker, but I think like we'll probably draw with Flight and be able to use it as like a nice little combo. But I think it's probably worth it to pitch it. All right, double Solari Soldier is actually kind of interesting here, huh? I'm probably only going to use one though. I'm probably going to go Solari Soldier plus Onlooker, but that runs so hard into Pirouette. I guess if I start with Solari Soldier and they play Pirouette, then we get a free attack with Onlooker. At least we try to get a free attack with Onlooker. The only cam I do like is Cat Cam. Oh, that's aggressive. I think I just stick Onlooker here and just try to cram down a bunch of damage here. Even though he probably just dies for free next turn. We already have the Solari Soldier that's going to get eaten up by Samira. This is a lot of damage if they don't have any interaction. They could have the Victor spell to kill our Stygian Onlooker. Or I guess a 1-mana Thermo. We are an Eternal. But it seems a little out there. I don't think they run Thermo. Just a Blade's Edge. Okay. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Guarantees we get Flight back. I'd rather keep Flight alive rather than Solari Soldier, because Samira's just going to eat up our stuff anyway, right? There he is. Interesting. That makes me think they don't have a ton of other things to do this turn. Hello! Wow, I love Nightfall. Hey, Jelexia Forte, welcome to chat. Yeah, I love it too. It's one of my favorite decks ever. I don't even think I'm exceptionally good at it, but it's so fascinating. There's so many... we don't have Pale Cascade. So I'm just going to bank the mana in case we happen to draw Pale Cascade. When he attacked, I don't think I would use Pale Cascade there because he still had some mana upright. And so I'd be worried about a Mystic Shot or High Note, so I think he was taking that gamble that I wouldn't call his bluff. I was a little surprised he didn't try to hold me hostage later so I couldn't develop a Diana or something. But I'll probably just go Solari Soldier plus Flight plus Diana here.
Ours is the one true light.
But yeah, I feel like there are so many fascinating decisions to make with this deck. Like right now, what the heck do I do? There are so many options we could do. We could go Flight, then they probably go Pirouette onto our Soldier and Flight. We could just play Diana. Then they go Pirouette on our Duskbringer on Diana. If they have Caustic Rift, we might lose the Flight to that. There are a lot of ways, like... Our attack doesn't push enough damage, I don't think. I don't think I want to just attack with these two. Okay. I think I'm going to play Diana. They tapped below, or because what did they play last turn? Just Flare. So they don't have Caustic Rift plus Pirouette. So they can only have one option. I think I'm okay to just try to slip in Diana now. And we're still representing Pale Cascade, which, you know, in some cases, that's just as important as actually having it if you can try to get their attention elsewhere. If they're like, I get blown out so hard by a Pale Cascade. Oh, no. That's a really good card against our deck. Unfortunately, we have to let him go. I'll think about it as if I'm really considering a Pale Cascade. I'm like, ooh, do I try to keep the flight alive, or do I keep it for Diana? They can't level Samira this turn, right? Like, surely if I try to run Diana into Samira, they won't level Samira on turn 4. That'd be pretty bad. I'm still representing Pale Cascade. But at that point, they'd be pretty happy to force it out. Again, it's kind of just like one of those things. If we don't kill Samira now, we're probably not killing her. Shoot, they have a level up. Yep, that's how it goes. Unfortunate. If we had Pale Cascade... Or no, because... Oh, it gives health as well. Yeah, so... Poor Diana has to eat one here. But they did just use, what? 2 Samiras in from here, or all out, plus Samira's all out. I don't know, maybe we can just hope they don't have, like... Samira, or Seraphine, plus Plaza Guardian, plus Blood for Blood. That'd be about as bad as it could get. We have our opponent down to 10. We could get double Doom Beast, and we still have like Cygnus and Winding Light as top decks that could help impact the game here. Nocturne could obviously be pretty decent as well. It's me or Samira looks like a most loved Diana, like the favorite daughter. I'm not sure, quite sure I know what you mean. Do you mean like she's like the favorite? Like I don't know. I don't quite know what you mean. I think we're good. They probably can't rally this turn, right? Like it'll be hard for them to rally. We can try to go wide here. Like the challenger mechanic. Oh yeah. Like I thought you were talking about lore wise, but you just mean like, yeah, like in the mechanics. Yeah, Samira is 100% just a better Diana. Yep. Ah, shoot. Well, that's not being used on a Blood for Blood. It still trades one into another, so. Cygnus off the top puts them down to 2. If they don't have any interaction. I'm not convinced that's all that good. They're just gonna rally. I'm not even convinced we win if we go Twilight Protector plus a copy of Twilight Protector, or create a copy of Doom Beast plus Twilight Protector plus Doom Beast. I guess we can try. I don't know if we have many better options here. The challenger mechanic at a 2/2 champion. Yeah. Yeah, she's very good. I don't know. I feel like she's just overall a better champion than Diana for sure. Obviously Diana can... Like, Diana can't even really out-damage Samira, because if you have, like, they just rally if we develop anymore. So do we even try to, like, just deal our 2 damage now? This does run the Winding Light? Yeah. We run 1 copy of Winding Light. If we rally, we lose 1 of our units for free, so I don't think we even accomplish much. I think I'll just take the attack.
Make this interesting for me. Blink and you'll miss me. Isn't it thrilling?
Yeah, Samira has so much more upside. She does more damage straight up front. I guess, like, I don't even know what I'm saying. Sorry.
Blink and you'll miss me.
Diana's biggest bonus would be that once she's leveled, she can get a ton of those +2/+0 triggers from leveling. But Samira can do that pretty efficiently as well with just her all-outs because they're so cheap. So it can kind of hit that same upside, and you can rally, which is kind of crazy. And obviously we've seen them rally several times in one turn before. I'll keep this in hand in case we need a Nightfall trigger next turn. Because we can go... Oh, no, they have the open attack. Oopsies. That was a mistake. I guess we... Sorry, I thought... Since they attacked, I was distracted. I thought they had... That was the normal attack turn. Yeah. Obviously, this is an incredibly tough matchup for us. We're not meant to win this matchup. GG. Yeah, definitely GG. Gosh, I feel like there's just something I'm missing where I could approach this matchup better. I don't think it's a favored matchup, of course, but I feel like we could at least make the games a little bit closer sometimes. But I mean, every time we've run against them, they've had Samira early on, and we haven't been able to kill her. Like, there hasn't been a single time when we've stuck our own Diana to kill Samira without them killing Diana or leveling Samira in return. Nocturne, I think, is a little too expensive to keep in our opener since he kind of just dies to, like, their flocks. I'm happy to draw him later, but I'd rather find our more aggressive cards early on. That deck isn't the best in Standard right now. Don't blame yourself. Yeah, exactly. We're playing this for the fun of it. I'm not playing this expecting it to be the best competitive deck. But I do find enjoyment out of trying to, like, make those... You know, even if it's a 30% favored matchup, how can we turn it into a 35% matchup, you know? I find that interesting to think about. Even if it's not necessarily the most applicable right now.
They forced us to choose death or the blade.
I think I'll take this trade. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, I'm happy to take this trade because they have a lot of 1 damage pings. Simultaneously, they could just use it on the flight. I guess what am I saying? I could just kill with Diana, so I probably shouldn't take that trade. Yeah. I don't know. I'm tempted. Because our attack's awful if they have any ping. I think it's probably best to try to get Diana on board. They could still go like Pirouette or Blade's Edge plus Death's Hand. Interesting. Wasn't expecting that one. Alright, pretty happy to get that attack in. Next turn we can go Diana plus Crescent Guardian. And then the following turn use 0 mana Fading Memories to activate Nocturne. I think I have to get aggressive here. We're not pushing anything on board right now. And eventually they're going to get like Swain on board and Leviathan. It'll be kind of hard for us to push early damage. And I think we can try to bait out some of their answers to things like Crescent Guardian and Diana. And try to stick our Nocturne a little bit longer. Because this is a pretty chunky unit. They might have to use removal on that, yeah. I will get Diana on board. She'll level next turn when we play Nocturne. And obviously we won't have the unit mana otherwise. It's always tough. In these matchups, sometimes you kind of have to play into their cards and just hope they don't have the perfect answers. Because we're not really built to play the slow game. They win the slow game, I think. I need this Fading Memories to be able to trigger Nocturne next turn if that's what we want to go for. I'll take this trade. And then I'll keep this alive here. Because I don't want them to potentially get a portal that has 3 health that Diana can't kill. We could create our own copy of Junk Construct as well. Maybe that's fine. I don't know. Nocturne doesn't look super impactful on this board state. Oh, it's even better. So now I don't have to waste the Fading Memories right away. I think that's good. We push so much damage if we stick Nocturne here. He'll only have 5 health though, so Swain's a good blocker. Or 5 power, excuse me. I think we're fine to develop Dubi's this turn. I think I'd rather save Nocturne for coming down level than, or
But they could not break
being able to grant Leviathan or Swain vulnerable. Okay. I'll probably just play Fading Memories here. We pretty much guarantee an extra 2 damage and an extra draw, and we'll have the flight to easily activate Nocturne by our next attack turn, so we don't really need Fading Memories anymore.
I cannot turn back. Face your heretic.
I kind of have to take this attack here, I think. This guy's going to die eventually, and so we can kind of just start working through this in the portal. So eventually we can try to get through on the ground. Oh, there we go. Those are good cards. Our hand is pretty loaded. Now I just need to find some cheap creatures to load up our board.
Even a full moon has a dark side.
Meet destiny.
What if he used Pale Cascade here? Because he's not damaged, so I'd have to have like Disintegrate combo. But the next turn we can play Nocturne with Nightfall activation. This is harder for him to deal with. Because I can't block with Diana here. Or else she just dies to like Flock or Death's Hand. So now they have to use... Okay, yeah. Like this is kind of whatever. I don't think it feels great. Because next turn we don't have a clean way to develop Winding Light. Oh, he levels. Oopsies. Why did I think of that? I didn't... Yeah, that was bad. I didn't even realize Selena was close to leveling up. My bad. We can still kill him pretty easily this turn. Shoot, that's so bad. Now we can't develop our other flight. Alright, well I guess we're just trying to kill Sway then, huh? Ah, it feels so bad. We can just pull Sway in with whichever one they don't damage. I can't play the fight here. He just dies too easily. I think I need to try to keep Nocturne alive and force them to spend removal here. If we can sneak in one hit with Nocturne, maybe we can pull something out of our hats. Oh. Jeepers. I feel like I'm getting toasted today. Do we just have to play the Winding Light? I mean, they pretty much locked us out of this game. I don't know if there's much else we can do here. I guess we don't have to. We can take one attack here.
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared.
How do I kill them next turn, though? Oh, I didn't... Yeah, I mean, this game's over. I don't think we're doing much. But I forgot Swain's attack would kill this anyways. Because they would have taken the attack anyways, whether or not I developed this. We could just silence them for now. That would save 4 damage, I suppose. New champion's out and he's gonna break the meta. Really? Interesting. I'll have to check after this. We go down to 3 and then fall. Okay, so I guess we're fine. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, new cards. Where are you seeing this on? I don't see anything new on Runeterra. I see it's not an hour and 12 minutes until the next spoilers release. Poros are gonna be OP in LOR YouTube. Interesting. Okay. Poros, you say? Poro King, new champion. Oh my gosh, that's so sick. I'll pull it up. Am I allowed to pull it up? I don't even know if I'll get like copyright struck from showing it on stream. But I'll read it. 5 mana. World. What is it called? The world. World Wanderer champions. I can't even remember what they're called. Why can't I remember what they're called? The Runeterra champions. He's a one of those. The Poro King's decree is the deck building restriction. You may put any non-champion cards with the word Poro on them into your deck during deck building. That's so cool. Alright, 5 mana, 4/4. No keywords. Levels up on you've summoned 6 other Poros. Each round, the first time you summon his origin. Each round, the first time, or his passive, I guess. Each round, the first time you play another Poro or summon another Poro, excuse me, create a Poros next in hand. That's so awesome. That's so cool. I'm excited. That's really cool. The Poro King, 5 mana, 5/5. Each round, the first time you summon another Poro, create a random special snacks. Special snacks. That looks really cool. I'm excited to see how that develops. Poros always have so many interesting cards. Lord doesn't copy strike for trailers. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, this one's over. Yeah, cool. Thank you for telling me they don't copy strike for trailers. Awesome. All right, let's pull that up. That sounds like a lot of fun. All right, let's see here.
Look what I do!
The ruler of a gajillion trillion Poros. Okay, so yeah, this is his Poro King's decree. You may put any non-champion cards with the word Poro on them into your deck building. So he'd be the only champion with Poro in them, though, right? For the moment. You may put any non-champion cards with the word Poro on them in your deck building. That's pretty interesting. This is gonna break the meta. I already know that. When I saw Poro King, I thought it was like a scam, like the Nico trailer, was thinking what other champ could also transform. Yeah, interesting. I totally would have thought the same thing if I first saw it. Poro King Braum? Heck yeah, dude. That sounds awesome.
And I hugged him.
I saw this card yesterday. This one's pretty interesting. Manifest a follower that shares a subtype with an ally. Interesting. Poro Manifest. I like it. Or just grant all your Poros +1/+1. That's really good. Because there are a lot of empowered Poros like this little dude. And like, that's actually really interesting.
And
I'm
it was
fascinated by
really
this.
fluffy. But then...
Destin Poro is so sick.
Faster!
Oh my gosh. That's so adorable. I love that so much. I love the music too. So how are you winning this game, Mr. Poro King? Show me the Poro snacks. The Poro snacks aren't fleeting. Good point. They aren't fleeting. It's like right now if we wanted Screeching Dragon, we were just talking about him. Like right here, we could play 3 Poro snacks if we had 3 in hand. That'd be pretty nasty.
Do you need a bath too, Mr.
Look at this failed Poro. Elusive region fearsome. So funny.
The king is coming! The king is
His
here!
keywords changed. Failure looks like it's getting some pretty cool cards this patch, I'll be honest.
Your Majesty?
The dragon player should be ashamed of himself. That's so sick. I'm excited. This looks like a lot of fun. Espresso snacks. That's so funny. They're different. Is that what the special snacks are that he makes? Espresso snacks and one of these over here? That's actually so funny. Gives them both challenger. Colorful snacks. It's funny. That looks really cool. I like it. Oh, ooh, okay, here we go. Look how adorable this artwork is. Oh my gosh. They do such a good job with this game. Like, I think we need to take a second, smell the roses, and be like they do such an incredible job with like the graphics and the presentation of the game. Portal King's Council Call, his champion spell. Draw 2 different portal followers and grant them +1/+1. Very cool. Dragon Prince Grinzo. He's a dragon. Interesting. Each run the first time you summon a 1-cost ally, refill 1 mana. He's in Bilgewater. I was so curious when I saw this card. What does this fit in? Like, you're not playing Bilgewater Dragons. He doesn't have Portal in his keywords, or in his name, so you can't play him in Portal King. Like, what kind of dragon deck are you running for summoning 1-cost allies? Like, this just looks like a Reaver's Row deck card, right? Fizz? Yeah, interesting. That'd be good. I was just curious if, like, the dragon thing mattered at all. And he has, like... I guess these are bubbles, not snow. I thought this was snow, like, up in Felyord. I was a little confused by the artwork. Interesting, though. Cool card, but... I like Ingvar. Ingvar seems kind of, like, fun. Taskmaster decks? Yeah, that makes sense. Espresso snacks, frosted snacks. All of these grant Portal allies everywhere +1/+1. That's actually really cool. Give 2 Portal allies challenger, frostbite an enemy, grant ally champions everywhere +1/+1 and a random keyword. Pepper snacks. I didn't see this one. Impact. Interesting. That's so fascinating. What a cool little deck. Chemtech Catermobile. I have +1/+0 for each 1-cost ally you summon this game. I think it might make sense in the next expansion. Maybe they just didn't have more cards to throw in for this one, so they pulled one from the next one. Yeah, interesting. I am excited to see how that card plays out. That seems like it could be an interesting role player. Like, not broken or anything, but I am actually kind of curious at that one. This just seems so strong. Yeah, I'm excited. I feel like it looks like an actual really exciting, interesting swarm deck almost. Like, in the vein of kind of like Spider Aggro or things like that, where it's like this like interesting tribal. Because we're obviously, of course, going to have lots of different tribal decks with Nico. But Nico's more like a variety of tribes, right? Like the many-colored Jungle Friends origin. Oh, what rank am I in Standard? I'm Masters in Standard. Yeah, I didn't play Eternal for a while. Because I didn't play for like a month once the Eternal was like the new format for tournaments. I'd played a bunch of Standard before that. And so yeah, I just haven't played in a while in Eternal. Zed Hecarim! Really cool. I miss Zed Hecarim in some sense. It's kind of like a nostalgic deck to play against. I think it's too strong. Too many buffs. If you get to round 10, he'll be playing 7/7 portals with 1 cost. Yeah, it does seem like they will get very strong in the late game. I'm definitely going to try to kill Shadow Apprentice here. They can play Zed pretty much unanswered on turn 3. Kind of is what it is at that point. Yeah, it might be difficult to reach round 10. It is a very interesting approach to how it scales up. Are you guys curious about the Spider Aggro? Like, do you think they'll be really strong in the late game now with those new Spider cards? It's Felyord, they can Frostbite all day if necessary to delay until radar rounds. Yeah, that's a good point. You don't see too many aggro decks, or even like I guess like more like those mid-range decks, if you consider it that can run cards like Harsh Winds and get away with it very easily. Also, Heaven's Line is such a dope card. I think I'm only running a 1 of, but my deck list had 3 of beforehand. I guess I could have Quietus here, that'd be pretty bad. But would they play Quietus? I don't think so. I don't think they'd run too much removal. It's not like pros are going to really struggle in mid-game. I guess it's a very interesting dynamic, isn't it? Like,
It's our time.
I don't think this gets punished by anything. If they use Twin Disciplines to save it, I'm trying. I'm like, I don't want to use this as a toxic one. I just mean this is like, what are they good gaming me? I don't know. Because portals are probably incredibly weak in the early game, right? When you're just playing 1/1s. But then if you can you survive it to the late game when you can scale up really well? I don't want to good game him yet because I'm not sure if he's good gaming me for being dead or if he's dead. What are my new level up animation rankings? Ooh, this is very brutal, by the way. Let's see, we have... I'll look at them afterwards, but I liked Nico's, I think, a lot. I thought the Portal Kings was cute, but that wasn't like... we probably just die if they have the Dragon Rally, right? I think this guy is being toxic. I can't tell. I'm pretty sure he's just being toxic. He's like, ha ha ha, I beat you. I have the Dragon attack. If we attack, we don't deal much damage. If we play Unto Dusk, what could we hit? That could be good. I'd really like a way to play Moonlit Glenkeeper this turn, but I don't think it matters. For me, it's Nidalee, Nico, Portal King. Sorry if you can hear the dog. We'll grab her in 1 second. I think I'm going to just play Shadestalker first. Let me look up these other videos, because I don't remember them off the top of my head. Well, I'm going to play Unto Dusk here, I think. Maybe not. We just take our attack 2, 4, 6, 8. It leaves up enough mana in case we draw. I mean, I guess if we draw our card next turn, it's fine. So it doesn't matter. What do we do here? I don't think we have anything impactful to do with Unto Dusk this turn. So I'll just take my attack. Okay, Legends of Runeterra. I will look up these.
The jungle is my home.
Do I still have OBS? I do. Okay. Yeah, I'll pull them over just after this because I don't remember what they look at the top of my head. I'm very excited for the theme of Nidalee and... Okay, well that one's bad. We can survive if we go Unto Dusk just to draw, play Glenkeeper to get a chump blocker. Oh, it's yeah, we can't play this guy. So, anyways, okay. Well, we can try to survive after this. They're getting a ton of health. That's a little bit unfortunate.
You leave me no recourse.
This is sad. I don't know what to do.
Hide no longer.
They had a pretty nasty draw, didn't they? I prefer the old style of animation where it felt like the card itself came alive, like Darius or Maokai. Yeah, I really like that too. I think they do some cool things like that. As long as they don't have another ephemeral attack,
Blind me with resplendence.
we get next turn.
Break me.
Can we... They're at 16 health. Like, we're kind of dead, I feel, if they ever attack with another ephemeral. But if they have the next dragon thing, we're kind of dead too. I don't know if there's any way for us to kill them.
If you do not have a
Okay.
part to play, take
GG. Alright, let's bring this up here real quick. Nidalee's level up animation.
I am its guardian. Die by my claws. I am Pack Mother. You are mere.
I like that a lot. I really like the jungle aesthetic. That's pretty cool.
You are mere prey.
I think that's pretty cool. I love the colors. They do such a good job at that. Okay, and then we have Twilight Protector. Hee hee.
Not alone, child.
Nico goes up, scholars come down.
I like that. I like Nico. I think that's a good level up animation. Nico's probably my number one. Yo, what's up, Max? We're ranking the new level up animations at the moment.
Scholars come down.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I did see the new champion trailer for today. We just talked about it for quite a bit. various takes on whether or not it's going to be busted or not. Otherwise, we're struggling with Nightfall and Ladder. I'm excited. The new expansion looks like a ton of fun. I'm really, really interested to see how it goes. Teemo Zoe. Okay. Again, this is the thing with Nightfall at the moment. There are just other decks that do the same thing but better. Like Samira Seraphine, way better. If you're gonna try to be sneaky with like these weird value aggro cards like Lunari Shadestalker, why not just play Teemo Zoe?
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared.
I like Acorn. What a cute little dude. Oh, disaster. I actually need to watch the trailer. Yeah, it looks really cool. I'm so excited.
Travels on the night air.
I feel like there are just gonna be so many random decks to play this patch, like, that are just interesting and fun. Like the Poro decks, Nico decks, even like the Nuli decks, even if they turn out to be like actually good and competitive, they just use a ton of cool cards. And like, new mechanics. I don't know, it just looks like there's so many crazy subtypes you can use. I'm excited. I think it looks really cool. Or like, what about Noxus Foliage Spiders might be really good because Iceborne Legacy we were talking about earlier and everything. But Ingvar could use that to just grant spiders +1/+1. Ingvar the Younger could be used in that. That's actually interesting. Holy smokes, this guy's big and chunky, isn't he? My line here, I'm going to go Flight just to chump block to put Teemo down to 2 health so that we can try to challenge with Diana next turn. And I'll use Fading Memories to create a copy of the Flight. Did they plan the new expansion to be one day before the weekly chest so people could get the new cards in the chest? If they did, that's smart. I actually have no idea. That is clever. We can go here. Next turn I'll have 4 mana. Sure. Dang, I already got the new champion. Yeah, I got pre-release. Didn't you know that? I'm in the pre-release program with Riot now. I got the new champion early.
Find your path in the dark.
I guess I could have played Stygian Onlook there first. I don't know if I needed to do that. Oopsies. How did I get the new champion already? This is just, I guess, an extra way to really buff up Diana, so they can't use pump spells. So now what do I do? Do I kill Sparklefly probably? I don't think Teemo's as important. We're actually putting on the hurt here. And the Flight will shuffle into our deck. I guess being an esports writer has its benefits. Do I actually have that in my bio still? I haven't actually written for them in like a year now. That's funny. I miss that though so much. I used to cover Rocket League. I really loved that. But I even did some baseball writing this past spring. What do we do here? We could go Shadestalker and surprise them with Undedusk if they try to attack with Teemo. Am I good at Rocket League? I used to be. Grand Champion back when Grand Champion was like the highest rank. And I was like probably like top 0.2% of players. But I kind of burnt myself out because I really put on a lot of pressure on myself. I really, really wanted to get good at the game. And it ended up getting to the point where I like didn't enjoy the game anymore. Because I was so stressed. Every loss in rank felt like it was the end of my career. I'm never going to be good at this game. Man, I'd love to go pro type thing. And so now I only play like once every 6 months. And I usually get like Champ 1, or excuse me, Grand Champ 1, Grand Champ 2. Like I've never made it to Supersonic Legend once that rank came out. But I wish I did. I miss the games. Like now I'll play it casually, like I said, every few months. And I really enjoy it. But I kind of wish I kept with it. Because it's such a fun game. But yeah, at a certain point, I just kind of fell out of it. But I loved watching the pro scene, man. Like that was like my favorite thing. I'd sit there, like I was able to use that as college credit. I was able to like literally watch Rocket League and like write about it as like part of my internship type thing. It was so cool. Samira Seraphine, oif. Tough one. We're never climbing if we run this deck against the Mirror Seraphine. If opponent has Nico, I'm killing all the 2-cost units I see. That's part of it though, isn't it? Like, it's a lot of mind games. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I feel like Lunari Soldier or Solari Soldier into Lunari Shadestalker next turn, activated with the Fading Memories, isn't incredible. But I think it's our best line at the moment. I wish I was good at League of Legends. I play so much. Like that one I've probably spent close to a similar amount of time now that I played Rocket League. But I'm only gold in League of Legends, even though I spent a lot of time playing that. But League of Legends has been around for so much longer that like a lot of people have just so much more experience than me, you know what I mean? Whereas Rocket League, I was playing similar enough to when it came out. I'll use one of my Fading Memories here. But I love League. It's like my favorite game at the moment. Like, I also do have that aspect of, because I'm not incredibly good at it, I never had that phase where I burnt myself out being like, oh, what if I was just a little bit better? Maybe I could go semi-pro or something. Because that's like my dream. I used to play sports when I was younger. And now that I'm like out of high school, out of college, I don't really have the chance to do that too much. I can pass because our next turn's still good enough if they end the round. And we're not burning much mana. I was gold for the longest time, hit diamond this season. Awesome. That's really good. Diamond's like pretty high up there in terms of like percentile rankings, because I'm pretty sure gold is like, what, top 25% of players? Like, it doesn't look like it because it's kind of in like the middle of all the ranks in terms of the pure number. But like, even if you hit like close to gold, like you're an above average player. It's kind of hard to like think of that though, you know what I mean?
They forced us to choose
But
death
I
or the
find
blade.
getting good at video games so fascinating. I don't really use video games as like an escape very often necessarily. I use it as kind of like my grind. I love that feeling of like really trying to improve and the intensity of it. Like, I don't play many like cozy games or like story games. For better or worse. Sometimes I should. Diamond isn't even that good anymore, which is why they're adding Emerald. Are they really? I didn't even hear about that. I think I'm just gonna go Crescent Guardian here. They already used a stun, and Crescent Guardian might be able to push a pretty good chunk of damage. Came back to LOR a few months ago after not playing since before rotation. Yeah, nice. That's pretty cool. I had I came back just after that last seasonals with Standard. I stopped playing for about a month when I started a new full-time job. So I only got back into it about a week or two ago, so I'm loving it since getting back into it. New rank between Platinum and Diamond. That's really cool. Interesting.
It's our time.
Did they just pass here? They did.
What a shame.
I'm so happy if they take this block. This will be the first time we've killed Samir all day. Alright. Hopefully they don't level Samir here. As long as I have to invest another card to kill Crescent Guardian. Overwatch is another one. I'm currently Diamond in Overwatch, but I haven't really ever grinded Overwatch. I wish I did. But sometimes there's just something in me sometimes that like makes me not grind games, because I get like too wrapped up in the wins instead of just enjoying it. So if I only play like a few games a day, I enjoy it. Even if I lose a bunch, I'm like, that was still fun. But I wish I spent more time like really grinding. I'd love to be like good at a game. I don't know why, because I can't ever go into like a real life job interview and be like, yeah, well, you know, I was top 0.2% of players in Rocket League.
Hope they're watching.
I'm so happy with that play.
Only a fool.
But there's something fun about knowing like you improved and got good at something you really wanted to be good at. No. Alright, Winding Light off the top. That's actually not bad.
Their scent travels on the night air.
I could probably spin my climb to Diamond as learning experience. Yeah. Yeah, right, like, because I don't know if I finished that point. I used to play sports all the time. I don't really get to play many anymore. So I'd love to kind of get that same experience in video games. Like, even if it wasn't anything where I was like actually making money off of it, I love that team environment, and I think it'd be so fascinating to do like scrims and matches and tournaments and everything.
Hold anything back. I won't.
Well, phooey. I'll play Crescent Guardian number 2. Hope they don't have another Plaza Guardian. Otherwise, we only deal 2 damage this turn. What? That's so weird. That actually works well for them. I think I still take my tech with both. Because we still push 4 damage if they block. Plus, it puts the Plaza Guardian down to 1 health if they block for an unspeakable horror. There's the amateur scene with gold plat tournaments, but it doesn't compare to real sports. Yeah, even like, I feel like that's not quite, it might not end up feeling quite the same as like, even in real life, my high school basketball team was horrendous. But it still had very much like that very like official like feel and like camaraderie. Whereas if you're playing like gold plat esports, I'm not sure if that'll be quite the same, but it'd be interesting.
I hear you, son. Now you're about to hear me.
Like Rocket League, I was on a few amateur teams for like a few days essentially, where like I was, you know, we were close to having like a team who'd compete in tournaments. We played in like 1 or 2 tournaments, but then one of them would just kind of like leave and not really ever text back to the, you know, group chat type thing. But if you play in a scrim, there's a 50-50, the other team doesn't even show up. Yeah.
Her flowers bring the moonlight with them.
Ooh. That counts as double Samira. I was curious. That counts as playing the second card, right? That counted as 2 triggers. I thought since the other one was like a weird created offset, it wouldn't work like that. Shouldn't they attack first and then rally? Okay, they did. I thought they were going to burn the rally. Okay. Yeah, we're in trouble, but we still have an out of hitting Cygnus next turn. Or... I guess this saves 6 health.
Leave me no recourse.
Because this guy's never hitting on the ground anyways.
Can't you miss me?
But yeah, I'd love to get good at card games. Like, one of the reasons I'm like
Really?
tempted to
Miss me.
really grind Legends of Runeterra is because, like, as much as I enjoy content creation, I think there's also a lot of untapped upside for me in tournament play. I think the competitive side of card gaming like that is so fascinating. Like, I'd get a lot of enjoyment out of that too. And I think there is like a niche interest of people in LOR who are really fascinated by that competitive side of things rather than just kind of like Sunny makes a ton of really cool videos and is very entertaining and a lot of fun decks. But I really love the competitive side of it.
No problem.
And so like, I'd love to like get good at tournaments. I don't need to win. I don't need to make money. But just like being respectable, I think would be so cool. I wish I could be good at fighting games. Yeah, that is one genre I have no talent for. I am so bad at fighting games. No teammates to hold you back. Lots of potential to show skill. That's how I feel about card games. You know, it's all on me pretty much. Like, of course, there's sometimes like the RNG of like what created card did your opponent get, but I like that feeling of like you can't blame your teammates. You know. Also, no RNG. Yeah. Seraphine Samira again. We'll beat them one of these times, right? We still haven't killed a Seraphine Samira all day. With some exceptions. I loved Pokken Tournament. I had that game. I didn't play with anybody, but I just played like against the PC. I had a lot of fun with that one. I never really grinded any fighting game, so I don't have much like reference, but I really did enjoy that one. Nice.
Darkness hides in
I forgot that game existed. Yeah. I thought it would be pretty big. When it first came out, I was like, wow, surely that's going to be the next big game, right? I'm excited for the League of Legends fighting game. I'll probably play that one. I'd love to stream more games on stream. It's like one of the ones I've considered are kind of like I'll probably only upload Legends of Runeterra to YouTube and maybe some of the Magic the Gathering games. But just for funsies, I'd like to stream games like Overwatch, League of Legends, and then like things like that. Riot fighting game when it comes out. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Shoot. Dang, this Seraphine Smear deck's pretty good, ain't it? Someone might want to play this on ladder sometime.
Take the shot or lose the chance. Hope they're watching.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I did not think they'd do that. I was thinking maybe we could have played Twilight Protector there. But this works out too.
Question all that you are told.
I don't think Elusive Sage Stalker matters, so I might just play it flat next turn to activate Twilight Protector. Because we can always make it elusive if we need to. I think I probably could have played Twilight Protector that turn. But I'm always so worried if they have Blade's Edge or the Victor Mark 1 spell, they get to kill our Twilight Protector as well. Well, I guess they wouldn't have had enough mana for player plus. So I guess, yeah, I probably should have just played Twilight Protector there, huh? Does that change things? We can go Duskbringer plus Onlooker plus Twilight Protector. I kind of like that. It'll grant our Diana and Onlooker +1/+1. So would I rather just go Duskbringer, Onlooker, Shadestalker to push some elusive damage? If we go Duskbringer, Onlooker, Shadestalker, I'm actually not sure what to do here. I don't know if there's a huge difference. I feel like turning this guy into a 3/3 is pretty good. For at least the round. Because these guys just die so easily to like a Blade's Edge. I don't know how much upside we're getting out of him. Okay. Like now do I go Onlooker to try to push 4 damage? Or pretty much settle for a guaranteed 2 damage. Like they could have Pirouette, but they can't kill a Shadestalker now. I think I'll just go for the Shadestalker. It's also a unit that's harder to kill next turn. Although they're probably just going to try to kill Diana. If we don't kill their own Samira first. Interesting. Interesting. I'm attacking with this just because we have to kill these guys anyway. I guess that... Because this guy, he'll go back to 2 health and he'll be fine. He'll be out of flock range unless they use flock this turn. But if they use flock this turn, they're not using flare all out. So I think we're good to attack with Twilight Protector. He'll be alive by the time we play Winding Light. But yeah, like Magic the Gathering, I love that card game. I haven't really played it too much though over the past month or two. Because I got a full-time job like I mentioned. And I didn't even play LOR during that time. So now when I do invest my time playing card games, I usually play LOR online when I'm streaming. And then I'll play paper Magic the Gathering. So I haven't actually been a really high rank in Magic Arena in quite a while. But I'd love to do that too. They have like a lot of really cool like weekly leagues, kind of like the Gauntlet in LOR that I'd like to play. But I haven't really kept up with it as much. I watch videos all the time, but it's not one of those things I play all the time. So I miss that for sure. Cool. I think that's really good. I'm just gonna slam all 3 of these dudes, and the next turn just play Winding Light.
We were peaceful once.
As long as they don't have Costa Grip this turn, right? Okay. Not close to leveling up,
Forced us to
hopefully.
choose death or the blade.
I think there's a good chance we'll actually deal some good damage this following turn. And we'll have Unto Dusk, so we can double buff Winding Light. This is the turn. This is it, guys. We've been playing for 2 hours to beat Samira Seraphine. It's finally gonna happen. I'm feeling it. Oh, baby.
Their scent travels on the night air.
Look at that. That's a lot of damage. Oh! Sputtering Song Spinner. 3 random cards. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I think we're getting there. At least pushing some good damage this turn. There's a good chance they might just be able to play, like... I don't even know. Pirouette would be good. No, Pirouette wouldn't be really good. It'd only stop 1 thing. We're pushing damage this turn, for sure. Only if only the Winding Light still had Overwhelm himself. Well, Time Trick doesn't do anything, because whatever card they draw doesn't actually let them play it this turn. So that was 1 dead card, essentially, for this turn, for Sputtering Song Spinner. Alright, let's get in there. Yeah! I think it's fascinating that Samira Seraphine is such a good deck with just 2 mana champions. Like people build some pretty crazy decks, you know? Like I am not a card gamer who invests a lot of time in deck building for competitive decks. So I really respect those people who like turbo metagame and find out all these crazy decks, because I don't think I would be good enough to do it. Heck yeah, dude. The first time we've killed one of their champions all day. And we might even get both of them.
Make this interesting for me.
Crowd Blazers is another card I'm interested about. I don't know if it's incredible, but I think it's a fun card. Hate Spike. That's pretty good. And they have a level Seraphine on board with pretty much a full grip. Alright. We killed Samira though for the first time all day, so I'm confident that that's a win. Are we gonna win the actual game though? Still on the edge, I don't know. Okay. We can go Fading Memories this turn.
No need to make a name for myself. Just an impression.
They have so many cards in hand. I don't know if I can afford to play Nocturne here. He'll go to 4 health. Samir will still have 2 health. So if they have any 2 damage spell, they can still kill Nocturne. So I'll just do this. Ah, no, that's not good. This doesn't do anything for this turn. If we play Nocturne, they're either killing Nocturne or our Elusive, but our Elusive is only dealing 4 damage next turn, potentially. Doombeast to put them down to 3. We'll have 8 mana next turn. Essentially 9 with this Protoss. So I guess we have to play one of them this turn. Doombeast isn't dealing any damage next turn anyway. Like maybe he is. Maybe he's pushing 1 or 2 damage. I don't want them to end the round. I don't know if we win if they end the round here. Because they can kill something anyways. And so like they're probably just going to kill our Shadestalker. And they can rally this turn. So we're kind of just in trouble. I don't know. It's just such a tough deck to beat. I thought we had him. We had one good attack.
Try to keep up.
I don't know. I guess if I played Nocturne beforehand, it would have reduced the power of their units enough. Then maybe we wouldn't be taking lethal damage this turn. But we still would have had a chump block. We'd still have to hope they don't have any interaction.
Isn't it thrilling? Blink and you'll miss me.
They can still attack with these guys for free. And then we died to the flares if we don't block anyways. And it's kind of, I don't know, a dead end, I think. Cygnus off the top. And they don't have any cards.
Sing it with me now.
Sure, okay. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick and I'll be back for 1 or 2 more games to finish off the stream. Alright, let's see here. I'm probably gonna sneak in 2 more games real quick before the end of the stream. I had another question. Does anybody here play Flesh and Blood or Pokemon? Because I know I talked a few months ago with someone about getting into competitive Pokemon. And again, it's just one of those things where it's on my list of hobbies I'd want to do. But I just don't have the time to invest in League of Legends, Overwatch, Legends of Runeterra, Magic the Gathering, and, you know, however many other card games. But I have cards for both, and I really want to get into both. But like I said, I just haven't invested the time in it. But yeah, I have a friend at work who likes card games, or at least used to collect them more. But he kind of fell out of it, and so once I started playing again, and I started talking, or since I came and started talking to him about it again. He's like, "You got me hooked. I just spent like $200 on Pokemon pre-orders." Is Nocturne any good in this matchup? It doesn't kill Rock Bear Shepherd if that's the kind of deck they're going for. Which I don't know if they are even. I like Moonlit Glenkeeper. I feel like that's just such a solid card. Maybe this needs to be more of a card in our deck. We are only running one copy. Maybe that's like a 2 or 3 of. Because I remember running some decks in the past with more copies and it felt really good. Because that's, I guess, another threat to Samira if you're actually trying to metagame for this current meta without them Mystic Shedding your Diana every time.
The breath takes, the waters give.
One of my favorite hobbies recently is I've been building a bunch of paper decks for Magic. But I'll go back to the time before I really started getting into Magic, like 2015 to 2017-ish, and look at different tournament decks and like build decks with a lot of those tournament cards and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. Like looking back at some of what my favorite players used to play back in the day, I like that a lot. Okay, because we have the flight, we go into next turn with 3 mana. I'd really like to activate Glenkeeper next turn. How do we do that? I don't know if it's reasonable to try to play for Glenkeeper. We'd be taking such a dice roll on trying to hit a 2 mana spell to cast. I think I'm just gonna go Diana with Flight next turn. Or no, we could play Diana. Or no, we could play Glenkeeper plus Unto Dusk next turn. I'm not a big fan of that. But I want to at least represent Pale Cascade. So I think I'll pass and just go Flight Diana next turn. I don't want to run her into Quietus right now or Soul Harvest. Okay. Well, that's so much better now. Now we can keep up Flight plus Diana's Pale Cascade. That's pretty nice. Not useful right now, but we can try to sneak in some damage with him later on.
No more lies.
I think I'm okay without challenging this. I don't want to tap a low Pale Cascade, of course, so I'm just gonna take our attack here. If they chump block, I'm happy. If they take the damage. Now should I use Pale Cascade here if they Vile Feast our Flight? I feel like that's probably worth it. Because they can't kill him otherwise.
Moonlight guide me.
And we push 3 extra damage. Diana dies to Quietus, but I don't know if she's incredibly impactful in this game. She's not really killing their champions. Nice. Wow, that's actual top deck. That's kind of funny. Alright, now we can get pretty aggressive next turn with Crescent Guardian, Glenkeeper coming down. We have some heals, so we can take some damage from these guys without being too worried. Unspeakable Horde would look really good here. I don't know what to do here.
Come, a new phase awaits.
I might just play Stygian Onlooker. I don't think he's doing any damage this game. It lets us stick a Crescent Guardian with Nightfall activated this turn, and it kind of shuts down these three from attacking. I'm still a little scared about Quietus, but at a certain point, like, we kind of have to get on board.
Arise in our time of need.
Even if they have Quietus, we can just play Diana plus Moonlit Glenkeeper next turn, and I think we'll be fine. Okay. I think I'm just going to use Fading Memories here. I want to be able to keep up Pale Cascade like we mentioned. So I'll probably just go Fading Memories plus Glenkeeper here. Keep up the 2 mana. We could even summon a second Sapling. Or keep up Pale Cascade. I think that seems fine. I don't know if they would run it, but the box and Withering Wail are pretty nasty if we try to create another Sapling. I'm curious how we're going to push enough damage early on here.
The moon is our queen, the night her kingdom. I cannot turn back. Face your heretic.
This thing's pretty good. We push at least 4 here and 2 here. They might be too scared to run out their Thresh into Diana next turn. Or hold on, I guess they're gonna level up Thresh here, huh? I guess they can't right now. There's probably a chance they try to level up Thresh for their attack next turn. But we'll have Pale Cascade activated, and that'll kill Thresh if they try to attack that, but they'll get Nasus on board. And that's pretty bad. Nasus is pretty bad. Nasus will make so many of our units kind of redundant. They can also just win if they play Nasus this turn into Atrocity next turn. We don't really have much of an answer for that. Maybe Doom Beast puts us out of range, but I'm not sure. If they just slam Nasus this turn, as long as Nasus isn't a 10/10 yet, I think we're looking good.
My patience wanes.
Night flowers upon my blade.
The promise of a new moon upon you, Bloom Tender.
I'm not feeling... I don't know. I'm a little nervous. Thresh is going to attack. And I'm pretty sure Nasus will be a 10/10. Could Cygnus do it? Cygnus or Winding Light? I'm not sure if that'd be enough if we top deck them. Okay. If they attack like this, I'm just worried our guys won't have enough power once Nasus is leveled. They'll only get -1, -0. So they can still hit. So maybe there's a chance we finish off the game. I'm happy to take this trade though and then just replay our Diana afterwards, and then Diana can try to kill Nasus next turn. So I'll go like this just to try to get him as low as possible. Potentially. He'll have 8 power, so Diana's probably not killing him next turn. So I'll go like... As long as they just don't have Ruination.
Come, a new phase awaits.
Or not Ruination, excuse me. Atrocity. I don't know if I've been saying Ruination this whole time. I meant Atrocity.
Find your own light within the darkness.
Yours is a light I cherish.
Nocturne, Winding Light, Cygnus might be enough to do it. There we go. If we go 4 mana, we'll have 3 mana left over. If they have Ruination as well. So I can go Solari Soldier. If they play Ruination, play Nocturne Flight.
Bless the faithful and fear the heretics.
Because we just lose if they have Atrocity. Oh, wow.
Life and death intertwined.
Does that get us there? We can play Nocturne here. Oh, he won't be leveled. So when I summon another ally, I won't give it -1, -0. So this guy will still be a fearsome blocker. Alright, all in, all or nothing here. Close game. I don't know how they kill Nocturne. He's almost certainly going to level. That's a good answer.
Lunari, rise!
They will all scream as one.
But 4 Overwhelm is going to try to push some damage here. We just want to have a fearsome blocker for next turn, so we just lose in the open attack. Oh no, well, Nocturne's still alive. There we go. Okay. So now we don't have to sacrifice Nocturne, we can just use a Pale Cascade here. Or no, he's not buffed up anymore. So we'd have the block there. Okay, GG. Yeah, I don't think we can do anything about that. All right, good game. That was a really interesting one. I like that. I think that's a good game to finish out on. It's a loss, but I thought there were a lot of close moments. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a lot of fun today. There were a lot of you guys in the chat, new followers and everything. I really appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully for another nice longer stream like this, rather than like a little 45-minute YouTube VOD. We talked about a lot of fun stuff, a lot of different games and the champion reveals. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you guys are playing anything fun for the end of the season. I'm so excited for the expansion. I think it's tomorrow, right? Or is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow, right? Ish, maybe it's tomorrow. I saw something on Runeterra RER about the 27th. Every day until the 27th, we will update the revealed cards. So today's the 27th. Is it coming out tomorrow? I hope so. That'd be dope. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I did. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you around.